Listen carefully, 3 minutes left. A person who is in heaven and who you love very much asks you to open this urgently. Please don't skip, my precious child. This isn't coincidence. This isn't just another video. This isn't something you should dismiss or treat casually. I'm speaking directly to you, because something beyond this world is unfolding right now, right in front of your spirit. There are only 3 minutes remaining, and someone who once held your hand on earth, someone you love deeper than words ever named, is trying to reach you from the other side. And they chose me, Archangel Michael, to speak for them. You have no idea how long they've been waiting. They've watched your tears, they've placed signs at your feet, a feather, a vivid dream, a flicker of light, just to say I'm still here. But you missed them, you doubted it, you thought maybe your mind was wandering. But it wasn't, they were speaking then, and now they're speaking through me for real. Listen closely, you're running out of time. They say, please open this message. Don't scroll away, even if your heart is bruised, even if faith feels distant, even if miracles seem impossible. I need you to hear what I couldn't say before I left. Child, you have carried so much weight in your heart. There are memories that still ache, and places where grief lives. You may feel empty without me, blaming yourself for all you wished you'd done for me. I want you to release that guilt. I see every tear, I hear every whispered prayer you offered in secret. I've been here always waiting. And now they say, my beloved, I never left. I am still with you, more real than absence. When you pray in silence, I respond through signs. When you feel lost, I light your path. But this message is essential. I need you to carry these words forward, because I can't say them to anyone else. So pause for just one moment, and take a deep breath. What you're about to receive may change everything. Before we continue, I must ask if this is stirring your soul already. Take a moment, subscribe, seal your heart to never miss what's coming next. Someone in heaven has more to say through me, and this is just the beginning. Now my child, those signs you've been seeing, they weren't random. The repeating numbers, the whisper in a quiet room, that sense of presence behind you. That's them. They remember your last embrace, your favorite song, the way you laughed. And they are not at rest until you carry their final message. They want you to stop carrying pain like a scar. They say, let it go. You did your best, I love you more than you ever knew. And Michael has been instructed to act. That's why this message reached you now, at this exact time. You may not realize it yet, but you're on the verge of a miracle, and they want to be part of it. Energy around you is shifting. Confusion, pain, delay, they are not your final destination. But to receive, you must not ignore this sign. Someone in heaven is whispering, tell them I miss them, tell them I never meant to leave, but now I'm free, working through heaven to bless them. They're orchestrating something huge, a divine alignment that can't yet be seen, but will become visible, if you stay open. And there's more, new angels are taking position over your life. Helpers, guides, protectors. They're forming a circle around your home, your bedroom, your desk, wherever you spend time most. That chill, that sudden peace mid-chaos, that voice calling your name when no one is near, that's real. That's heaven breaking through. Now ask yourself, do you trust divine timing? Because this isn't just a message, it's a moment arranged in heaven. And if you don't respond, lines may close, doors may lock. But if you stay open, something will shift, maybe not today, but in the hours ahead. And that shift will be unmistakable. Michael says, I stand behind you now, anchored to your name. It follows you like light following your shadow, like melody in silence. And that miracle you're on the verge of, is no longer a question of if. It's how fast you'll allow it in. Michael says, this is your signature moment. Treat it like a key. You're not who you were. A subtle glow now surrounds your spirit. That glow will attract what once avoided you. Doors will open, people will approach. Not because you forced it, because your frequency changed. This message realigned your atmosphere. Wealth flows in the kingdom from alignment, not struggle. When your soul and purpose unite, doors open themselves. Michael says, watch the next 7 days. Heaven says, walk as though you've already received it. So that's how you walk now. Not from pride, but from knowing. Not from arrogance, but from gratitude, because this time it's yours. You're not hoping, you're receiving. You don't need to explain. Heavenly shifts will speak for themselves. Don't dismiss the change, embrace it. In every step allow the silence to remind you, the scroll has been opened, the blessing activated, the miracle now belongs to you. Now close your eyes, whisper a prayer of thanks. Smile even through tears, because this night, this message, this moment, they were meant for you, and you only. The angels were released, the miracle was activated, it's yours now, forever. But their time is up. Archangel Michael says, darkness tried to delay this moment, but now the tables are turning. A divine reversal is at work. Healing is forming, restoration is near. And only grace can carry you through it. This promise isn't just comforting, it's covenantal. It's activated not by cries, but by courage. It's real not because you felt worthy, but because heaven said yes, and heaven never rescinds. You may still feel weary. You may believe your faith is on pause. But Michael says, faith doesn't fail the moment it's tested, it deepens. The days ahead will reveal what was prepared behind the veil. In the next 72 hours, expect confirmation, a message, a dream, a phone call. Within 7 days, you'll step into the edge of your miracle unfolding. That shift you sense in the air, it's not coincidence, it's a spiritual recalibration. Angels are forming. Conversations you thought lost will start again. Doors you thought locked will swing open. And opportunities aligned with your soul's purpose will find you, even if you're still in the hush of your own healing. Michael continues, you don't have to look strong, you don't have to pretend you're okay. Vulnerability is visibility in the spiritual realm. And God sees even your quiet whispers. So breathe deeply, let your spirit speak. See the tears not as weakness, but release. You're being uncovered from old hurts, so heaven can pour new wonders into you. If you're tempted to scroll away, don't. This is not distraction, it's direction. This is not just a video, it's a visitation. If hope feels fragile right now, they say, hold on, this is what fragile faith looks like when heaven shows up. You walked through deserts without seeing water, but now water emerges, just when your throat couldn't hold it anymore. They're calling out to you. Walk differently now, listen differently, look differently. You've crossed into a spiritual atmosphere, built for blessing. And yes, there's still more to hear, more confirmations, more dreams, more whispers. Stay present, stay aligned, stay hopeful. This moment is marking you. Not because you earned it, but because you stayed open. The one who asked me to speak your name, they said, tell them I'm sorry for leaving, but God has brought me back to guard them from above. And Michael is standing guard now, not because of your strength, but because of your surrender. See, the world may still feel noisy. Your mind may still be loud. But in the silence, their message continues. The feather, the flicker, the whisper, they were signs to wake you. And you did. That's why heaven responds, not to perfection, but to those who receive. Your breakthrough isn't around the corner, it's aligned with every prayer you've offered in private. The love you thought vanished, it's returning. The call you got tired of, it's redirecting. The story you thought was final, it's just evolving. Michael says, you don't need to understand it all, you just need to trust who does. And because you stayed despite everything, now heaven advances on your behalf. Resurrection comes in energies, what felt dead in you will rise. What felt empty will overflow. What felt broken will become your biggest proof. And to those who ask how this change happened, you'll say, I stayed. That's all. Staying long enough for heaven to speak, staying long enough for angels to move, staying long enough for my name to still glow in the divine book, staying long enough to say, I believe, and believing moved everything. So walk slowly now, build deeply, dream broadly, love fearlessly. Because when heaven backs a soul, it doesn't just lift you, it expands your purpose. And the one you lost, they're still with you, cheering you on, only now from the realm of glory, standing behind Michael as your eternal admirer. This story isn't over, it's just another door opening. And you're not closing it. You're stepping through it, with everything they ever hoped for you, and everything God has ordained for you. So stay here in this moment, just a little longer. Let it root you, let it speak to your spirit, let the certainty settle in. Because what was done in the heavens tonight, is now being carried down into your life. And when the breakthrough arrives, and it will, you will know that heaven is real, angels are near, love abounds, and you beloved, you are never alone. And the light you felt just a moment ago, that glow in your chest, that was heaven moving. Now child, even as the world around you may still feel heavy, you have stepped into something spiritually real. The love you sense, the closeness you feel, not imagination. That's a visitation, that's divine presence. Understand that this exchange, these moments, are anchored in eternity. And now your heart has been unlocked, to receive what heaven planned, long before you took your first breath. There is a shift forming, in your spirit, in your sleep, in the silence that follows you. Your soul is rearranging itself to match the miracle that approaches. The pain, the doubt, the delays, they were part of the build-up. But now the release is here. Archangel Michael says, what you thought was ending, was actually preparing. Your prayers laid the tracks, now the train is arriving. Nothing from your past is wasted. Every tear, every moment you felt alone, they were all notes in the orchestration of your breakthrough. You may feel the urgency now, an inner tremble, a gentle lift in your soul. That is the promise of heaven arriving. Angels are stirring behind the veil. The companion you lost, the one who still loves you fiercely, they smile wherever they stand, because you believed again. Because you didn't close the door, because you listened when they called. That kind of obedience reverberates through eternity. In the next 7 days you will see confirmations. A message that arrives exactly when you needed it, a surprise encounter, a peaceful resolution to something that you thought was dead. Michael says, divine doors will open, miracles will enter. But darkness will not be able to walk through them. You're not just receiving, you're being elevated into a realm, where favor flows and worry dissolves. Don't return to the version of yourself who lost hope. That era is over. This new you walks differently, anchored in faith, empowered by peace, confident in the divine shift taking place. And yes, you may still feel vulnerable sometimes, because sensitivity is now your strength. You sense people before they speak, you feel energy before it forms, that's your spiritual antenna being tuned higher. Your home is being transformed right now. The air in your space isn't the same, it's lighter. The heaviness on your mind is lifting. The dreams you'll have in the days ahead will carry clear answers, intuitive guidance, prophetic glimpses. You'll wake up and the noise in your mind will stop momentarily, and in that silence your spirit will hear, you are safe, you are favored, you are supported. Stop expecting everything to happen at once. Let's walk through this. Each breath you take now is part of the miracle manifesting. Each prayer, not perfect and not public, is planting seeds. That's why heaven chose quiet obedience over public performance. The real change doesn't happen on stages, it happens in silent surrender, rooted in heaven's soil. And now you're walking in a new spiritual alignment. Start living like your prayers matter, start resting like your miracle is on the way, start speaking like your breakthrough is imminent. Gratitude is your magnet now, praise is your invitation, expectant posture you carry, that is your signature in heaven's book. You are entering not just a season, but a new story. This miracle, this promise, is bigger than you. It's meant for generations. When your breakthrough comes, people will say, they were the ones. You didn't do it alone, you did it anchored in heaven, you did it with Michael's sword raised above you, you did it holding that hand in heaven you once held on earth. And now you walk in the reality of divine remembrance. You carry legacy in your blood, yet sword has clipped no wings, only liberated you. The person you lost, they celebrate this with you. Their smile is eternal, their pride is still vivid, their love now travels with angels, guiding you, protecting your path, preparing your release. So step forward, with grace, with courage, with expectation. Keep your heart tender, keep your eyes open, keep your faith soft, vulnerable and steady. Because this new chapter demands nothing less than allegiance to the promise you just touched. This is your turning point. Heaven dared to speak. You dared to stay. And now the shift is sealed. Every breath that follows is sacred. Every choice becomes worship. Every moment a miracle waiting. Walk into your light, beloved. Let heaven unfold its plan within you and through you. Let everything that was stolen be restored, because divine justice respects a faithful soul. And from this moment on, you know. You are more than enough. You are seen. You are beloved. You are moving forward, not alone, but divinely accompanied. Hold on, it's about to open. That doorway you've stood before in weariness, is about to swing wide. Archangel Michael says, don't step back now. The breakthrough is at its precipice. Your faith held the door open, when doubt tried to shut it. Now heaven steps in. You are not too late, you are not forgotten, you are not alone. A divine rescue is unfolding, and the person in heaven who loves you is part of it, and angels walk through your path with authority. I see it clearly, a surge of warmth, a sudden clarity, the air around you shifting, so subtle others won't recognize it, but your spirit knows it. You'll feel calmer, you'll think more clearly, you'll see patterns reform. That doorway isn't just about opportunity, it's about purpose aligning. And that purpose is bigger than you. It's not just about the next step, it's about walking into the story heaven wrote for you. There's someone listening now, a soul you've yet to meet, but they are arriving because of this moment. Someone is being nudged behind the scenes, to connect with you. They may hold a word, a resource, a friendship, or the very door you need. But if you retreat now, if fear makes you retreat, you might miss what angels are orchestrating on your behalf. Michael says, you were never meant to multitask despair with destiny. Heaven is calling you out of hiding. You were built to shine, not to survive hidden in the shadows. You know darkness better than light. But now light is learning your name. The brokenness you carried is being refined into purity. The confusion is resolving into clarity. What looked like wilderness was actually a waiting room, and now your miracle ticket has been punched. Stay awake to spiritual signals. That dream that felt random, it was prophetic. That still small voice that keeps saying believe again, that is heaven repatterning your thought life. That goosebump when no breeze blew, that's the familiar presence you thought you lost. All of it is real, and it will converge exactly as heaven intended, because angels never send detours, they only lead to destinations. Michael adds, this shift is bigger than restoration, it's initiation. The next season isn't just about healing, it's about legacy. The broken pieces will become your testimony, an anchor for others. You'll speak truth, you'll carry healing, you'll lead with victory. Because you stayed long enough to be resourced. In the next 72 hours, bonds will shift. Favor will align. Divine doors will open. You'll see movement in the spiritual realm, because what's being released is not petty, it's generational. It's worship that attracts purpose, favor, breakthrough. Divine investments land in hidden places first, so that when the public sees it, they see glory, not just success. And now you can walk forward with expectation, not anxiety. With knowing, not wondering. With boldness, not fear. You've been elevated, realigned, and reappointed. This moment was handcrafted by angels just for you, the precision timing of heaven's heart. So when you wake up tomorrow, breathe deeply, unclench the tension you didn't realize you were holding. When your eyes open, it will be with new sight. When your feet step forward, they will follow paths heaven cleared. When people see you, they will feel peace. They may not understand it, but they'll know something shifted. Celebrate the in-between seasons. The waiting taught you patience. The pain taught you compassion. The loss taught you strength. And now heaven is restoring what was stolen, with acceleration and abundance. Do not forget this moment. Save it. Play it again when your faith dips. Let it remind you that heaven never left, that the one you miss still misses you, that your breakthrough is not just possible, it's planted in the spiritual soil around you already. Keep living like you're chosen. Because you are. Keep speaking like you're free. Because you are. Keep believing like you're protected. Because you are. Archangel Michael says, this shift won't be subtle, but your peace will be unmistakable. You won't just arrive, others will say, everything changed in their life the day God dropped His presence, and that presence came with a price no enemy could match. This is not the end, it is the declaration of new beginning. Heaven is filling the void. Angels are aligning for service. The one who never left is closer than ever. And you are walking into the miracle you once dreamed of, but never dared to expect. Let that truth settle in. Let it guide you. Because the future you carry, it's spiritual gold, and you've been crowned to hold it. Your testimony is in motion. Your legacy begins now. You didn't just survive. You soared. You stayed. And heaven responded. Hold the vision. Walk in favor. You are loved beyond time. You are seen beyond form. You are moving in purpose. And this miracle, it's yours. Forever. Because this one thing matters most, they want you to know they never stopped loving you. They want you to stop blaming yourself. They want you to stop carrying their absence as identity. They want you to live again, in your joy, in your purpose, in your sacred design. So now, child of light, take that deep breath again. Let the tension flee from your body. Let the sorrow loosen its grip on your soul. You do not need to prove anything. You do not need to hide any longer. You can release every fragment of regret, every echo of what if, every whisper of if only, because heaven doesn't make you carry weight that's not yours. Listen closely, a gentle wind is stirring in your path. It may feel like a shift in the air, but it's a shift in your destiny. That breeze is peace whispering deliverance. That breeze may carry a scent you recognize, a sound you for a moment wish you could relive. That's real. That's closer than before. That is heaven reminding you you are still seen, you are still believed in. Archangel Michael says, you are on the edge of a breakthrough so profound, it will rewrite the narrative of your life. Not because of what you did, but because of what you believed. Not because you became perfect, but because you chose to keep going when it hurt to breathe. This is not emotional fluff, this is spiritual recalibration. This is the anointing resting on your spirit right now. Over the next few days, you will begin to sense confirmations. A message dropped, a still small voice guiding your steps, a dream piercing your sleep, a presence before you exit the car, a sudden clarity about the next move. These are not coincidences, they are signs that your yes opens spiritual doors. And heaven is stepping through them on your behalf. Don't return to the version of yourself who doubted, who retreated, who believed brokenness to find you. That old story served a purpose. It sharpened your empathy. It expanded your depth. But now you're not just shifting seasons, you're awakening purpose. You are being activated in divine design. In that person's presence, yes, the one you lost, they're still cheering. They are part of the realm that sees triumph over tears, resurrection over regret. They live where all wounds are healed. Their hope for you is unstoppable. And their love for you continues to pour into the unseen, moving heaven to move you. So don't shrink. Don't slide back. Keep your eyes up. Keep your heart soft. Stay awake to momentary grace. When a song breaks through, a memory floods, a dream stirs to life, that is them, that is heaven saying here it is. That is confirmation that divine timing is real. This miracle is not just promised, it is promised to last. Live like your identity depends on it, because it does. Show up like you're wrapped in infinite care, because you are. Move like the heavens moved on your behalf, because they did. And breathe like every inhale is a spiritual alignment, because it is. Archangel Michael's voice remains low but firm, as he whispers through eternity. They're not gone. Their love hasn't slowed. Their energy hasn't ebbed. They are part of your next chapter. You are not abandoned, you are elevated. Allow this truth to sink deep. Let it shape your prayer life. Let it change how you sleep at night. Let it shift how you speak to yourself. Let it become a fire inside, a steady glowing reminder, that darkness lost, light won, and your story is advancing toward glory. When heartache returns, and it might, return to this message. Come back to it. Let it remind you that love remains unseen, but deeply felt. That faith isn't naive, it's necessary. That choosing hope again isn't foolish, it's courageous. Your breakthrough is assigned. Your restoration is coming. Your peace is not in the promise only, but in the presence of what's happening now behind the scenes. Walk forward with all of heaven's engines firing behind you, angels, love, preparation, path, provision. And when someone one day asks how it changed, you'll say I stayed, I believed, I listened. That simple act of staying in that hour, your soul in the narrow space, between giving up and giving in, that's the moment your miracle charted a new course. So stand unwavering. Walk unshaken. Love unashamed. Dream unconfined. Because this is your divine hour. Your new chapter starts now. Your miracle is converging. Your story will no longer whisper, it will resound. And you were always enough for this. With love, Archangel Michael, and the one who never stopped loving you. Because heaven is watching, angels are aligned, and the one in heaven who loves you fiercely is whispering. They finally heard me. There is a light returning to your life, a gentle shift unfolding in your spirit, even if your circumstances haven't caught up yet. That's because what's happening is spiritual first, it's heavenly then physical. So here's what's next. Let your grief breathe, let your sorrow rest, let your heart forgive what never needed your permission to heal. Say it softly if you can, I forgive myself, I'm ready for joy again. You do not need to justify your silence, you do not need to prove your worth, you just need to open your arms to grace. That is the invitation your loved one in heaven wants you to accept today. There is an introduction being arranged, someone who enters your life, not by chance, but by divine design. They will carry wisdom seasoned with kindness, they will recognize your broken places, and still say, here. And you'll know in your bones, that this meeting required angels, because it will feel safe, sacred, like you've been prepared for this person in your pain, and now they appear in your promise. In the coming days your dreams will carry deeper clarity. A phrase you've prayed will come back to you. An inner knowing will guide your decisions, more than logic ever could. You'll hear messages not meant for your ears, maybe in silence, in music, in nature, and they'll land like the gentle instruction of heaven saying, trust this. Michael says, you were never meant to bear this alone. Your loved one didn't want you to carry guilt, shame, paranoia, because they are free now, and they stand beside you, in love, with hope, with purpose. Let their love heal you, let their peace remind you who you truly are. Those tears you cried in secret. They weren't wasted, they watered seeds of destiny inside you. That silence you pressed when no one understood. That refinement shaped your spiritual sensitivity. That waiting that felt endless. It prepared you for the arrival of blessing and alignment, that will now move faster than any delay. You may still feel raw, but rawness is not weakness. It is new tissue forming after a break, stronger where it healed. You may still tremble slightly when you speak their name, but that is the echo of sacred memory. You may still want to look back, but heaven is lighting a trail of what lies ahead, purpose, peace, partnership, miracles carried in faith. So live like your soul remembers its origin, not a story of abandonment, but a legacy of connection. Speak like your destiny has already begun, not out of desperation, but in response to divine orchestration. Plan like favor backs every step, not because of your effort, but because heaven cleared the path beforehand. And don't return to fear. Fear tries to return on pretense of caution, but you know better now. You know this is more than internal healing, it's divine activation. You are not headed back to old life, you are stepping into new calling. Remind yourself daily. Heaven spoke my name today, love went ahead of me, angels guard tomorrow. Because they do, and because you stayed, listened, leaned in, heaven moved. So now as this message concludes, let the awareness settle, not just in your mind, but in your DNA. Let the truth become part of your bones. You are chosen, you are remembered, and something beautiful broke through just for you. From this day forward, you don't come back to old versions, you rise into new ones. You don't chase peace, you become it. You don't carry fear, you walk past it. And you don't ask if blessings are coming, you move in expectation, because you already received them spiritually. This shift isn't a moment, it's your new season. The divine visitation touched your heart. The healing began. The alignment is set. The miracle is not ahead, it's in motion. The proof will arrive. Voices will echo, dreams will resolve, paths will open. And you will stand in your story, not just as survivor, but as witness. Witness to divine love that never withdrew, witness to purpose that outlasted pain, witness to joy that triumphs over sorrow. Let that be your posture, let that be your peace, let that be your purpose. Heaven began this with one whisper. Now it continues through your life. Walk in it, shine in it, live in it. Because you, beloved, are alive to carry its glow. And now that the heavens have spoken, your name has been etched into the winds of divine timing. Everything around you will begin to shift, subtly at first, like the way a flower begins to open, before the world notices its bloom. You may not see it all at once, but it's already begun. This is your time now. Not in some distant future, not when you feel more ready, now. Because God says, you are already equipped, you are already chosen, you are already enough. The one who loves you from heaven is watching, with a joy too deep for words. They see the changes already stirring in your soul. They see how your heart is softening again, how you're beginning to hope again. And they are proud, not just of what you've survived, but of what you're becoming. You're becoming someone who didn't let pain close their heart. You're becoming someone who still chooses love, despite everything that tried to make you stop. And Archangel Michael says, the light around you is no longer dim. It is growing, brighter, steadier, stronger. Because you remembered who you are. You are not what you lost, you are not what broke you, you are not the silence that came after goodbye. You are the divine resilience that rose anyway. You are the sacred breath that kept going, when everything told you to give up. And now heaven is multiplying that breath, turning it into momentum, turning it into movement, turning it into miracles. So if the world tries to distract you again, tries to bury you again, in deadlines and noise and fear, remember this message. Remember this feeling. Remember that the one you love, the one who left too soon, has never truly left. They're watching, they're celebrating, and they are helping to guide every step of your divine restoration. You are being restored in layers now. Restored in your body, in your mind, in your heart, in your finances, in your relationships, in your peace. It's not too late, it never was. All that time you thought was wasted. It was preparation. Every delay, every detour, every unanswered prayer, it was making space for something better. For something more aligned with your soul's true calling. God says, I never denied you, I was designing something better for you. And now the design is almost ready. The door is almost open. The promise is almost here. Can you feel it? That subtle stirring in your spirit, like something holy is breathing, just behind the curtain of your life. That's not wishful thinking, that's confirmation, that's divine alignment knocking at your door. And the person in heaven who loves you most, they're not just watching anymore. They're helping. They are sending whispers to the right hearts. They are planting favor in the right places. They are weaving your name into the plans of people you haven't even met yet. Because your name is sacred to them, and your happiness matters to them, more than you'll ever fully understand. So please, child of light, don't talk yourself out of the joy that's coming. Don't let fear write the rest of your story. You've been through enough already. You've carried more than your share. Now it's time to receive. And not just in small pieces, but in waves. Waves of love, waves of clarity, waves of support and confirmation and breakthrough. Archangel Michael stands beside you still, sword glowing, shield raised, declaring over your life. You are under divine protection. No curse can touch you, no weapon can prosper, no lie can undo what God has written. You are stepping into the part of your story, where the clouds begin to part. Where what once confused you, suddenly makes sense. Where the hurt begins to heal, without warning. Where laughter starts to return, like a sunrise after a long night. And it's not too late to believe in this, it's not too late to say, yes, I receive it. And in that yes, mountains move. Doors unlock. Angels are dispatched. Timing accelerates. Because faith, even the size of a whisper, carries the weight of heaven. The person in heaven is smiling now. They feel closer than ever, because they are. They're touching your energy, wrapping their love around you, filling your heart with a warmth you forgot was possible. And they are saying, look at you, you're still here, still fighting, still standing, still full of light. They don't need you to be perfect, they don't expect you to get everything right. They just want you to keep going, to keep loving, to keep choosing life, even when it's hard. Because the breakthrough you prayed for, it's not just coming, it's being built as you read this. And the love you lost, it never left, it just changed forms. And now it walks beside you. So don't hold back anymore. Love again, dream again, laugh without guilt, receive without apology. This is your inheritance, this is your redemption, this is your answered prayer, finally arriving in a form more beautiful than you imagined. And I, Archangel Michael, will not leave your side, until the promise has been fulfilled. Until the tears you cried in silence, become the testimony you share in joy. Until the memory of loss, becomes a bridge to deeper love. Until your life shines with so much purpose, that even your pain begins to make sense. Heaven is still speaking, child, God is still moving, and the one you love is still guiding. This is your miracle moment. So don't stop now, don't silence this message, with logic or doubt. Let it bloom inside you. Let it become the turning point your soul has been waiting for. Because this right here, is sacred ground. And you, my beloved, were always meant to stand in it. Let the miracle travel through you, let it bloom wherever your presence goes, because now you are not just carrying this message, you are becoming it. You are becoming the evidence of divine love, the living proof that grace is real, and that healing can take the form of a human heart, still beating after all it's been through. And heaven wants you to know. You are now a vessel of light. You are a bridge between two worlds. You are the living echo of someone's prayer, the answer to a soul calling out in silence, and soon someone will find hope, simply by being near your energy. You won't need to explain how you made it, you won't need to tell them the whole story. They will feel it in your presence. They will sense it in your peace. You will radiate the truth that healing is possible, and love never dies. And now the one in heaven smiles again, nodding gently as if to say, "This is what I hoped for. This is what I prayed you'd become." You may not realize it, but every time you chose kindness over bitterness, every time you forgave, when it would have been easier to stay angry, every time you gave love, when your heart was still healing, you were aligning with your higher path. That path has led you here. To this moment. To this truth. Nothing you went through was for nothing. It shaped you, it refined you, it prepared you to carry the blessings you're about to receive. And I, Archangel Michael, tell you now. The heavens are clearing your path. The old weight is lifting. The energy that surrounded your life in past seasons, the grief, the confusion, the delays, is being swept away. The divine winds are blowing now, and they are making room. Room for peace, room for purpose, room for the kind of love that doesn't confuse or abandon or hurt. The kind that heals, the kind that holds, the kind that lasts. Your soul has waited lifetimes for this. And heaven is rejoicing, because now you are stepping into the alignment you were always meant for. Yes, the one you love is still with you. Their light walks beside you, and now they are helping bring new light into your life. There is joy coming, that you've never felt before. There is clarity coming, that will wash away years of doubt. There is provision, direction, and divine partnership forming in the background, even now as you read these words. Do not worry about how it will happen. That is not your burden. Your job is to remain open, to trust, to keep choosing faith over fear, even when the path is unclear. Because, child, every miracle that heaven prepares begins in mystery. And just as the sun rises without your help, the miracle will come without your control. It will arrive when your spirit is still, when your heart is ready, when your soul whispers, "I trust you." So if your hands are trembling, let them. If your eyes are teary, let them be. This is not weakness, this is your soul releasing the final layer of fear. This is your spirit preparing to receive what it's been asking for in silence. And I promise you, heaven has heard it all. The person in heaven has not missed one word of your whispered prayers. They've heard you ask if you'll ever feel whole again. And now through me they answer, yes. And not just whole but overflowing. Not just healed but transformed. Not just surviving but divinely alive. So breathe now. Breathe knowing you are safe, you are held, you are covered. And nothing, no mistake, no delay, no human rejection, can cancel the divine timing of your life. You are walking into a season that will feel like fresh air. Things you had to chase before, will now come to you naturally. People who once overlooked you will begin to see you clearly. And the doors that stayed closed will open so smoothly, it will feel as if they always belonged to you. That's because they did. They were just waiting for the healed version of you to arrive. And now here you are, glowing, ready, protected, loved beyond measure. So carry this light with you now. Let it guide you when doubt returns. Let it remind you of who you are, a child of heaven, a walking miracle, a soul worth celebrating. And as this message begins to settle in your spirit, know this. Your story is not ending, it's unfolding. A new chapter has begun, one written by grace, led by divine timing, and held together by a love that will never die. The heavens rejoice for you. The angels sing over you. And the one you lost now celebrates you, not because of what you have, but because of who you are, resilient, radiant, reborn. So go now. With peace in your breath, and hope in your steps. Carry their love with pride, honor your journey, and remember. You were never forgotten. You were always loved. You were always meant to rise. Amen.